block, and we're going to start with Senator Alma Francis Heyliger. You may proceed.
Good morning, colleagues. Good morning to the people of the territory. I would like to extend a very, very blessed day to everyone in the sound of my voice. In regards to Block 1, I am in support of all the nominations. I had an opportunity to attend several of the hearings as well as speak and engage with many of the nominees. And some of the information that they did share, I was impressed as to the decisions they were going to be dealing with, especially working hard on some of the issues on some of these boards. When it comes to the Commissioner of Property and Procurement, I did take the time out to have a one-on-one with him, as well as engage him here within the Senate. And as I listened to his responses, I too look forward to see his capabilities as the Commissioner of Property and Procurement. As you know, that department is riddled with a lot of issues, and they need someone that is serious about focusing on the health, the wellness, the overall infrastructure of the people of this territory, specifically when it deals public works, especially when it deals to the roads and many of the things that we have to handle within this territory. Mr. Gabriel, I am hopeful that me co-signing to give you a nod to go forward and do your job as the Public Works Commissioner, I am really looking forward to great things. I will say that when it comes to the resolution in regards to Renakwa Russell, I was very, very thrilled to have spent part of my day here on the Senate floor, listening to all of the things that she was able to accomplish, her accolades, and I was very proud that she is a Virgin Islander. I am very proud of the individuals that were born and raised in our territory that have gone on to do great things, and if we as the people of this territory have a chance to really just say, you know what, we applaud you, we appreciate you. And for all that she has done in helping others in her capacity, I want to say thank you for that. So I am fully in support of the resolution on her behalf, as well as all the nominees. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Francis Heyliger. And I see that Senator Alma Francis Heyliger is more than ready. So you're recognized for your 3 minutes, Senator.
Good morning once again. Good morning to the people of this territory. I rise in support for several pieces of legislation here, as I will go through them. As it pertains to Bill 340003, I was able to attend the committee meeting when this piece of legislation was being discussed. I am in support of certain aspects of it, where I also had the opportunity to tune in and listen to the DPNR commissioner, where he spoke about one part of this that was already being implemented. I don't know the need for it to be done, or if we need to just codify it within the law as it's already been in progress as it pertains to the implementation of an electronic permitting system, where the commissioner made it known that they had already received a grant for this and it's already being set up and built to the point it was to be tested as of last month. So maybe they might have taken too long to do it. Hopefully, once it's set in stone, they might not try to get rid of it later on. As it relates to Bill 340005, I will make my decision accordingly in regards to that later on. 340023, I participated in the discussion in regards to this piece of legislation. I am in support of it, as we seem to be having quite a bit of issue in the territory with these invasive species being brought in. And if we have to give opportunities to individuals to help eradicate them within the territory, I don't have a problem with that. As it relates to Bill 340025 and Bill 340026, these two pieces of legislation has to do with altering the PSC and the WAPA board and establishing minimum criteria for both of them. These pieces of legislation have been around from the 32nd when they were held, from the 33rd where they passed this institution but was vetoed by the governor, and here we are again in the 34th. At the end of the day, this has to do with the people of this territory. This had to do with the fact that we need to try any and everything to fix these boards to make sure that the people no longer are suffering with these high WAPA bills. As a sponsor of both of these bills, along with a few of my colleagues, I think it is important that the public understands that this institution is doing everything that it can to help reduce your WAPA bills. And if this is just one small step towards making sure that people are on the board to understand these contracts that have enslaved us to high WAPA prices, and there are people there that understand how to navigate through with their criteria and understanding, I am looking forward to changing these boards, because if this can help the people of this territory in reducing our rates, I am willing to try whatever it takes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator Francis Heyliger. Senator, for this particular block number 3. Senator Alma Francis Heyliger, you're recognized for your 3 minutes.
Good day again, colleagues. Good day to the people of this territory. Like my fellow colleagues, I would like to take this time out to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day, to all the mothers out there in the territory that work really hard to raise their children. I am wishing you a very blessed day. As it relates to Block 3, I am in support of all pieces of legislation. For me, this is a lot of house cleaning, as well as making sure that the infrastructure throughout this territory is up to par. A lot of the pieces of the legislation that have been read into the record has a lot to do with fixing the piers, reprogramming funding to assist with fixing buildings, also with dealing with settlements as well. One of the things that I am fully in support of is making sure monies go to deal with workmen's compensation. At the end of the day, as legislators, our job is to make sure that when it comes to utilizing the purse strings and the funding that is within the general fund, we make sure it gets to the areas that are needed so we can get the people the services and provide them with the infrastructure they need. So for me, this is not too much of, I don't see any issues with any of these bills, and I will be supporting all of them accordingly. Thank you.
We are now going to move to, I see my good colleague to my right. Always ready. Senator Francis Heyliger, you're recognized for your 4 minutes debate time on block number 3.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Number 4, I'm sorry.
Good afternoon once again, colleagues, people of the territory. I rise in support of Block 4 as I go through several of these bills. There are quite a bit I need to say in regards to these bills, as I have attended several of the committee meetings and hearings on these pieces of legislation. As it relates to Bill number 340028, I am in support of that piece of legislation that gives individuals that are certified registered nurses the ability in certain situations to be able to pronounce someone had died. Being involved in a situation similar to this, and I see the importance of it, I am in full support of it. Bill number 340041, this one relates to several pieces of items, but the main thing here had to do for me when it came to this piece of legislation was in regards to dealing with the licensure. So I definitely support this piece of legislation as I had followed and discussed it. Bill number 340042, this one was a piece of legislation I believe was sent down from the governor that we had several discussions on. It was the consensus of the members of the committee at the time that we were going to basically strip it down and create a temporary board that would assist with individuals who want to come into the territory to be podiatrists, to be doctors in the territory as podiatrists, that they would have the ability to do so in lack of members being on the board to approve such. We also had Bill number 34-0036 from, I believe that piece of legislation had to do with monies being reappropriated in regards to doing quite a bit of road projects here in the territory, which I am in full support of as an individual born and raised here, and we consistently deal, unfortunately, with the road situation here. I am more than happy to support any legislation that will assist with dealing with fixing roads and drainage throughout the territory, whether it's Estate Miss Gunn's Lurkenland, you have Estate Hope, Estate Pearl, you have road repairs, Estate Frenchman's Bay, Estate St. Peter. It's several pieces of it's several locations between the District of St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix. So I am 100% in support of that piece of legislation.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
As it relates to Bill number 34-0021, as a sponsor, as one of the sponsors of this legislation, as a member of the committee, the subcommittee on energy and infrastructure, we did quite a bit of work to make sure that this is here today. And I'm very happy to my colleagues and staff that participated. This piece of legislation has a lot to do with giving the PSC a lot more teeth when it comes to dealing with utilities in the territory, specifically one we are trying to rein in, WAPA. So if we are going to give them the power to do what they have to do, I am 100% in favor of doing so. The state of emergency 34-0059, I made sure did the research to check between the various 50 states as well as territories
30
to
seconds.
see where they were standing in regards to state of emergency. And it would be appropriate for me to vote in the affirmative because to make sure that we continue to deal with our federal fundings coming into the territory during this COVID period. And the last piece we had already discussed, but it was moved to the end of this block. And I support all pieces of legislation in Block 4. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Francis Heyliger.